Hello everyone, I am the Vibe Card. I come to you with a new What If. This one is inspired by not Aokiji, but by the Prince of What If. What if Naruto had Aokiji's power? But I like Marshall D. Teach, and in the manga, clearly those two are gonna fight because, dear God, you know, spoilers for those who don't read One Piece mangas. Aokiji, the Ice General, is kind of like a guy who's just like, alright then, government's so fucked and corrupted. I'm leaving the government to fix it from the outside. Fuck you all. So he sides with Blackbeard, and Blackbeard is, major bad guy, and well, his powers are very useful. And yeah, I just figured, fuck it, why not? A story with Naruto having them. But it's different since he made it where Naruto also had Aokiji's personality, sort of. In this one, I'm not going to have it where Naruto's, in a sense, split personality disorder with three different personalities. The trickster, the mastermind, and then just the stupid one. Similar to the meme of the Hydra heads and the Sybaris one. The fan theory that Marshall D. Teach has three different souls within him, was like three different people in one person because of how his body is so different. Not really explained yet how, but it was a theory that I liked. I thought I should give it a quick reference. And, well, yeah, just to explain that that's not how Naruto's going to be. But Naruto does dress in a similar fashion like this. Now, here's where things are going to be slightly different in the whole world of Naruto. Devil fruits do exist. And, it just so happens that Naruto eats one. Now, here's what I'm changing with the lore of some of them. There's only Logia devil fruits, ones that grant elemental ones. Now, that being said, the shockwave fist part, like that I like adding, the tremor fruit, no, that's just Gekkei Genkai of the Uzumakis. I just like using that because it's still kind of fucking fun. Now, that being said, the darkness of the Yami no Mi exists. There are going to be other elemental fruits like the ice one, the snow one, the magma, the fire. All of those are possible. And, yes, Naruto, if he wants to, could steal the devil fruits of other people. But once he does, he's pretty much capped at that. He can't personally take it like just himself to hold two devil fruits like that. There has to be some more shit done in order for him to withstand all devil fruits that he's not at that level yet. But let's just continue on with the what if as... Holy shit, hiccups. That was weird. Never had hiccups before when recording. Anyway, back to the what if as, like I was saying. Naruto, in this timeline, he would find the Yami no Mi when he's out in the forest training, just by himself. He sees this weird looking fruit, didn't know what the fuck it was. Devil fruits in this timeline, similar to how they worked in One Piece lore, they die, the fruit gets reincarnated somewhere else. Well, yeah, that's how that happens. Now, Yami no Mi user died, fruit being reincarnated, and it's been a while since anyone's eaten the actual devil fruit. If the devil fruit is spoils, it just gets reincarnated in a different fruit, because I don't think they ever mentioned that. Does the devil fruit ever rot if no one ever eats it? Is it like always fresh and firm and that's why it's disgusting? Or is it disgusting because it's the reason why it's a devil fruit, it's because it's a fruit that rottens and it just so happens to give you magical bullshit powers? Questions that I wonder. But we don't have time for that. Instead, what we're doing is this what if. Ow, I just popped my shoulder. Oh, damn, that one hurt. Okay, as I was saying, Naruto, in this timeline, he eats the Yami no Mi. Tastes disgusting, absolute, just garbage to this man. And sure enough, later that day, he feels weird. Now, keep in mind, how the Yami no Mi works different from other Logia devil fruits is Naruto's body isn't turned into darkness, rather, he is the container for all darkness. Now, Kurama senses there is something different about Naruto, because devil fruits, since they exist in Naruto, Kurama would know. And, sake of simplicity, Kurama was napping when Naruto ate the devil fruit, so he couldn't tell the kid not to. Well, yeah, no, Naruto ended up eating probably the most powerful Logia fruit of them all, stated by Blackbeard at least. Now, Kurama would understand that now that Naruto, in a sense, has become an actual container of darkness, he wouldn't die from having the Nine Tails extracted from him. That's right. Surviving the Nine Tails extraction, ripping out someone, it's easier said than done, right? We all know this, seals are complicated, but when someone who eats a devil fruit is involved, oh boy, does that get tricky. You see, their bodies may be destroyed, but they have this elemental form that helps prevent them from actually losing their Jinchuriki. In fact, not the Jinchuriki, their Biju. So, an example, and yes, I'm gonna make another tailed beast Jinchuriki have a devil fruit. I just won't say who yet, but here's an example. If someone who, besides Yugito, had the two tails, like the two tail cloak with blue flames, and they ate a different elemental one, they could stack the two together. Two different elements coding, one of chakra, one of just devil fruit magic, and then use the abilities simultaneously. Make a clone and then use the powers in tandem. It's pretty simple. And if that tail or beast were to be trying extracted from that person, they can just turn their body into the element to, escape their ceilings, since you can't seal their actual elemental power. When they become a pure element, there's no more chakra. Even the tailed beast is converted into just whatever that element is. It's endless, in a sense. Now, Naruto, on the other hand, he is the container for the element of darkness. So, his body is gonna evolve throughout the night, multiplying in strength, and overall, his body is now 3 times as dense. So, multiplier by 3. So he is a lot more heavier. He notices this, because his bed kind of broke and the mattress is sunken in. He realizes he has a stronger grip than everything. Even when he weighs himself, he realizes he's a lot heavier. For his frame, it's kind of strange. Now, one day when he goes off training and there's a few ninjas who are watching, Donzo's root ninjas, they decide, bring the boy to Donzo. Now, I bet you're wondering why. You see, these root agents are, seeing Naruto train, and they're like, something's up with this kid's body. Because Naruto, like I said, now that he's more dense and heavy, stronger, he puts more chakra into things, and that means his chakra coils are now 3 times larger than normal. So Naruto, who already had a 4 times chakra amount in Kakashi, now has that multiplied by 3. So it's 12 times, I can't do math apparently. Damn, I feel dumb. 12 times the amount that Kakashi would have. And, he's still a kid. So they're seeing Naruto with freakishly amounts of brute force breaking through logs. And they feel that the chakra control is kind of shitty. It's not really controlled properly. They don't know if it's the Nine Tails or something fucking with it. But they're like, potential threat. That was me, by the way. Who did that? Dun dun dun. Nice. I just tapped the steering wheel. Anyway, like I was saying, they alert Donzo to their findings. Donzo is intrigued and, Danzo doesn't ask shit. Danzo demands them and tells them, you know, monitor the boy and make sure that, you keep me updated when he seems to get better control of this freakish demonic strength you speak of. Danzo, he starts thinking on, how could he gain control of the Nine Tails if the Nine Tails' strength, starts to leak? They're wondering, is it the Nine Tails that's making him strong? Or what is this weird bullshit? And of course, they're wondering something else. Kushina also was very, very fucking physically, just brutal. And then she had, that unique Geki Genkai. This timeline, there are no Uzumaki chains. So, sorry, not sorry. Just the fact that they had the ability to, warp space with a punch. Which, yes. Now, anyway, some things are going to change right now. You see, something unique about this darkness that's now Naruto and within Naruto, the actual resentment that he felt from the villagers, he feels it again, and then he also feels Kurama's, hatred flowing through him, but then there's also this other feeling within him. He sees, a miniature dark version of himself, and then the negative emotions that is Kurama, but then he turns around and then he just sees emptiness, just darkness. And, rather than be scared of the darkness behind him, he reaches out his hand and it all gets sucked up into, Kid Naruto and his power is immense. He grew bigger than the size of Kurama or that miniature version of Naruto. That means this giant Naruto would grab both the fox and the little Naruto of darkness, and pretty much just, as he did, consume them into the void, into the darkness. Now, they're not gone. It's just they're within Naruto, sealed within, deep, deep within him. So now the Nine Tails is no longer going to be fucking with his chakra. Now this dark resentment that he had towards the villagers, it's also gone, but there's also something that happened when Naruto pulled out those memories, not pulled, but sealed up those memories within himself. This would be memories. Memories of, who he was. So now there are patches of his mind that are, ripped off that hold knowledge that he no longer holds. This would be friend, foe, distinction, and also the sense of trust. All he remembers now is, villagers, hateful glares, no one looking out for him. So he doesn't have the memories of Hiruzen. He doesn't have the memories of the ramen guy and his daughter. He doesn't have the memories of the Anbu who are watching him, and taking care of him. No, rather he just sees hateful glares, and then he sees people in masks watching him, and they call him a monster. So all he gets is, okay. As in his hands the darkness starts to leak out, as Naruto thinks, I should show them what a monster is. That way they'll leave me alone. He clenches his fist as he casually walks outside. This is before the Uchiha massacre, by the way. I really want to change how things are going to go. As Naruto casually, and, it's evening, so there's still people out, he would casually walk into the Uchiha district. The Uchihas are, looking at him like scum. There are people who are, throwing shit at him. Well, shit's about to get real. Naruto, because, keep in mind, he no longer has the influence of the Nine Tails, but he only has these dark negative memories of all the Leaf Villagers. And, well, a memory that he does have, and a very faint one, because after having so many memories ripped out, some old ones that he probably shouldn't have resurfaced. And that would be, Naruto as a little infant seeing a man in a mask with a glowing red eye with three tomos. His parents dying shortly afterwards, so Naruto associates the Sharingan with his parents' death. The hatred towards the village is all because of these fucking Uchihas. So he's doing Tobirama a fucking good one right now. Tobirama is, fucking going to be smiling in his grave for what Naruto's about to do. As he casually just walks, into the center. There are Onbus who followed Naruto, and Naruto's watching. He's a good distance, like, from the police station where they would come in to attack him for doing this. So, he readies himself as this plume of darkness starts to emanate from his hand. And everyone who can, not everyone, but the ninjas who are watching him, they are like, what is that? Hiruzen, who's smoking on his pipe, he's just like, oh, I'm gonna check in on Naruto boy. He focuses his crystal ball and sees Naruto in the Uchiha. He's confused, and then he sees something that terrifies him. Something that he'd never thought would happen. A devil fruit. He recognizes it as the Yami Yami no Mi. You see, Hiruzen's an old man too, so he remembers that the devil fruit of darkness is the one that ended up taking his master's life. Yes, Tobirama lost his life to the user of the previous user of the Yami Yami no Mi. Tobirama died, killing him. It was said and done. Hiruzen just made sure to always have Onbu find this devil fruit and squish it. Because if you find it, it fucked up. It's very too powerful. And Naruto has it. But what's Naruto doing in the Uchiha district? He's thinking, and no. The Nine Tails must have. He's about to launch forward, but as he sees in his crystal ball, Naruto would yell, "Black hole," as he causes this giant dark orb and throws it at houses. The gravitational pull is sucking and crushing them all into a singular point. Uchihas are screaming and, running away. The Onbus and root agents both land, telling Naruto, "What have you done?" As Naruto slams his hand into the ground, as then he's saying, "Unleashing my power." As darkness floods the whole area, surrounding everything. Everyone, they thought that you'd be okay because they had chakra on their feet, so, jump, land on the surface. Uh-oh, why are we sinking? Now, just for the sake of simplicity, and so y'all don't get too pissy, Kakashi is not there as one of the root agents. However, you have Yu-Gi-Oh, the cat girl, purple one, whiskers, Nico mask, and because I can, Yamato, wood style guy. Might as well remove him entirely right now. And then for his root agents, we'll just go with, it is a young Sai and Fu. The one with, I think he was the Yamanaka member. Anyway, they're there. They're sinking into the darkness as they're like, what is this? Why can't I jump out? So as other shinobi and ninjas who arrive, even the police force of the Uchiha are just like, what have you done, brat? They're throwing kunais, shurikens, paper bombs, and all that. And then Naruto just raises up his right hand as he's saying, "Dark Vortex," as it all gets sucked into his palm, into nothingness. Everyone is starting to scream out. They're like, what is going on here? More as the darkness is spreading and surrounding the entire area. Buildings are starting to crumble and crush into the darkness. As Naruto starts to laugh maniacally, as he's saying, "This is payback." As he slams his hand into the ground, the darkness soon not billows. Hold up. Fuck. Whew. Damn. That was weird. Anyway, back to the Lord as the darkness soon rises, exploding in like a giant pillar That's what I meant to say. No, it pillars upwards, consuming everything. Ninjas, if they were caught up, they were caught up. The darkness soon channels and condenses down into a narrow path. There's just a steady, beam of darkness, just piercing into the sky, disappearing into nothingness as Naruto just stands there alone, devastating a third of the Uchiha district. Soon more Uchihas who weren't there, arrive. Itachi shows up, Shisui shows up, more root agents, more shinobi. Hiruzen shows up too, as he's yelling, Naruto, what have you done? What has the fox done to you? Naruto's just like, the fox didn't do this. The Leaf Village did. As then he's saying, Liberation! As he bellows out a powerful roar, and darkness spews out of him, and from this darkness, debris and corpses of the Anbu fly out. The shuriken that were thrown at him spew out, shooting multiple times. Thousands of people, not thousands, but several hundred of shinobi just get massacred, brutally impaled by debris or actual ninja tools, tripped up over the corpses of their friends and fallen comrades. The sudden mindfuck of this is just surprising. Naruto, under no circumstances do the Uchihas want him to live. Fukaku rushes in. He's activating his Sharingan, ready to end it, because, he can control the Nine Tails. So he got this. So he thought. You see, when he rushed towards Naruto stuck out his hand, yelled out Dark Vortex. He tried to jump away, but the gravitational pull was too much. So, he's just thinking, fuck it, fine. Before he gets totally sucked up, he has a moment where his foot would touch the ground, and then he uses that second, pumps as much chakra as he can, and propels forward. He pulls out a kunai, ready to try and stab at Naruto, staring him in the eyes, and end this. It didn't work. Naruto, once he grabbed onto Fukaku's throat, Fukaku instantly felt his chakra just be severed. Naruto looked him in the eyes as Naruto saying, Oh, don't think those fancy eyes will save you this time. As the darkness around Naruto's hand, turns into pure smoke like tendrils wrapping around Fukaku's neck, and then all you hear is as Naruto throws the carcass of Fukaku to the side. Itachi is, conflicted. He knew that his dad and the elders were planning something. There was talks about a coup. It wasn't fully in, gathering up the troops and weapons. It was just like, hey, maybe we should do a coup. So they were thinking about it. So there was no actual crime against the Leaf Village yet. So Itachi is just like, I know my dad was planning some shit and he's kind of a dick, but that Naruto is just no. So he rushes towards Naruto. He's thinking he can have a different effect. Maybe his dad was just surprised at Naruto's ability of darkness. Oh, no. Naruto instantly activates, darkness from his hand, pulls back his fist, as then he shoots out actual darkness from his hand, like an actual beam. Well, not beam, but it just spewing out darkness. Think of Shadow Punch from Pokemon, as that's pretty much the best example I can give you. As the darkness punches Itachi, and when it punches him, similar to how anti-chakra works, neutralizes your, anti-chakra from that one weeb. But this is not Naruto having anti-chakra. This is just the fact that darkness negates devil fruits because it sucks up all life. So, and since chakra is life energy, yami yami no mi makes sense. But in and of itself is not darkness. Best way to combat the darkness of, devil fruits or just Logia users in general is hockey. Which, yes, that means hockey is also going to be in here. And, of course, fucking Hiruzen is just coming up with the monkey staff, slapping Naruto before he could kill Itachi. Don't get me wrong, I wasn't going to kill Itachi right now. Wait, what? Continuing on. You see, Naruto is surprised that he got hit, and he's just like, alright then, old man, let's fucking dance. I'm sick and tired of how these villagers treated me. All for something I couldn't control. All because of a fucking fox! Naruto's rage causes something to happen. His Gekkei Genkai of the Uzumaki happens and activates in his fists. As white bubbles form, Naruto doesn't know what these is, but he feels tremendous power from them, so he rushes forward. Hiruzen instantly is trying to dodge these punches. Naruto, who notices this, tries to hit him more and more. Nothing's happening. Of course, Naruto is not fully using the power of the Tremor fruit because it's not contacting anything, and he doesn't realize if he wants to make it contact the air, all he has to do is that. Now, in case you're thinking that's bullshit, absolutely not, because if you saw how Edward D. Teach used the devil fruit, he could swing his arm around and there would be friction in the air, but that didn't mean he shatters the fucking air. No, he could wind up and then punch it. So, that being said, there's more to just, yeah, because that means every time you would move your fucking hand, the air would shatter, like, right next to you, and you would be point blank in your own attack, and it'd be fucking worthless of a devil fruit. If you're thinking I'm like, no, you're not doing it right. No, motherfucker, use logic. Think about this through, and then how you can abuse it. First figure out what the laws of physics are, then you break them. That's how you get a Nobel Prize. Anyway, we're breaking anime physics and anime logic. Anyway, back to the what if has. Naruto throwing the punches doesn't really connect until he gets frustrated and he decides to, set up a trap. He throws a punch, makes the bubble disappear like he couldn't keep it up. So Hiruzen's just like, I got him now. Hiruzen with a hockey-coated hand was about to reach out for Naruto, ready to strike him in the back of the neck to knock him out. Ha, Hiruzen, you fell for it. Ah, my neck. Oh. Oof. As, Hiruzen goes about to touch Naruto, Naruto smiles with an evil grin, as then, to the horror and surprise of Hiruzen, Naruto quickly just brings up his foot, and on his foot, something different. The quick bubble formed, but there was also the darkness around Naruto's devil fruit, the Yami Yami no Mi, fused in it. Now, this is going to be a reference to Black Flash and, Jujutsu Kaisen, because that shit fucking lit! Oh my god, I fucking love it. So, pretty much, the Black Flash is a 2.5 times multiplier on your physical attack, and the average person who punches at a 60, PSI, multiply that by 2.5 times, yeah, bigger punch, bigger hit. Now, we give that to a shinobi. Now we give that to a Uzumaki, who is 12 times, stronger than normal kids right now. He's 12 times stronger than the average person. So, then you give that, the multiplier by the 2.5. So, the quick bubble would always be, a decent attack, but the darkness, gives it more of a boost. So, this kick hits Hiruzen dead in the chin. Now, it doesn't kill him, but everyone is surprised when they see, the space distort and a flash of black electricity or black lightning as Hiruzen gets sent flying out of the Uchiha complex. Naruto, he lands gracefully on his feet, starts to release even more darkness as he's saying, now, black hole! He just spews out all of the darkness that he can at the moment, and it covers all of the Uchiha, all of it. There some of the civilians and, families were able to escape. I think it was Mikato was Sasuke and Itachi's mom. She was able to grab Sasuke and take him out of the Uchiha complex and went, to their friends in the Naras. both yin users, one with genjutsu, one with shadow release. So yeah, so they go off there, and well, just because I can, the dark hole, not dark hole, but the black hole that Naruto released that encompassed and engulfed a fuck ton of the Leaf Village. It actually took over a whole half of all of the Leaf Village just from the Uchiha district. Because I don't really remember or want to look up the layout of how the Leaf Village was with where clans were, I'm gonna just say because I can, you know, Inuzaka's wiped out, Abarame's wiped out, half of the main branch wiped out. The side branch just happened to be on the other side of where the dark hole was. I wanted to use that joke too. Anyway, back to the what if as. Not only that, but half of the civilian side wiped out. Now, here's the thing that's just for the sake of, simplicity. The darkness cuts off right before the ramen stand, and, black hole, giant pillar of darkness, all condenses down into Naruto. Naruto would be walking away. You have where Taiuchi and Amy would step out. They would look at Naruto, ask him what's going on. Naruto looks at them as he looks at them and something feels off. Though he can't remember who they are, he feels meh. He's just saying, you villagers should be happy. The demon fox is leaving. But understand this. I seek my own life outside of the village. Come for me and I will destroy you. This is where something happens that Naruto wasn't expecting. And that is, Amy who's crying. She runs off. Naruto's just like, that was weird. Taiuchi who's, there are tears in his eyes. As he's just saying, Naruto, if you must go. He reaches into his, back. Like, Naruto's thinking that, okay, you want to try and fucking kill me? Did you just not see what I did? Alright, then fucking bet. Well, why are you pulling out your wallet? As Taiuchi pulls out a few couple bills, not a lot, just a decent amount. He tells Naruto, here, take this cash. He's sorry that, he knew that the villagers' hatred would one day get to him. And he knew that not, what him and Amy did for him, it could never truly outweigh what what the Leaf villagers had done. So as he has tears, he gives him the money. Naruto's confused because Taiuchi's hugging him. Naruto, he wants to, part of him wants to stab this old man because he's just like, I won't fall for it. I'll kill you instead. But no, Naruto, a tear falls from his left eye because he doesn't know why he's crying. He feels sadness. Then you hear, Naruto! As it's Amy. Amy, runs to him and she gives him this box of, it's a bento box. It has, enough food for 3 days. She tells him, she thought it'd be, she'd have more time. She's crying. She's telling Naruto she had this ready for him. Every day, she had this ready in case, he would snap and leave. And, this is when a slight memory of Naruto triggers. One that wasn't fully ripped out, but one that's kind of it has a hole in it, so he can't really fully remember. But when he was training, there would be bento boxes left out for him to eat, and it'd be for Naruto with, a heart saying A. That all it'd be. Amy would still be older than him by a good amount of years, so this is like the elderly big sister, taking care of her younger brother. So she is very sad to see Naruto go, but she understands and tells him, if he ever wants to contact them, they understand that the Leaf Village pushed him away, but they didn't want Naruto to leave personally. Which, this Naruto's conflicted because he doesn't know why they are saying this to him. He's thinking they're gonna stab me in the back at any moment. I can't let this happen. He's about to kill them when he stops himself. There's something deep within his physical body that's saying, after everything that these villagers have done, I cannot physically harm these two. Fucking why? His claws are extending outward because of the rage. The Nine Tails chakra is still within him. It's just Kurama's consciousness is gone. Amy, Teuchi, they're just like, Naruto, they're like thinking, will he kill us? Is this the moment we die? Did we not do enough to, are we going to die even after? And then they look at each other and they look at Naruto. They still, embrace him, hugging him. Naruto's still conflicted. He wants to stab him, but, he stops. His demonic red eyes turn to blue. As, soon, there are other ninjas arriving. They show up and they're saying, okay, step away from the demon fox. Now, what surprises everyone is Amy, she takes a bold stance and she's saying, no way in hell am I letting you guys putting Naruto through. Fuck. One more time. Amy stands, takes out a knife, points it at the ninjas, saying, no way in hell am I going to let you guys do anything else to Naruto. You've already put him through so much. He's a root agent, by the way, so they don't give a fuck. They just like, kill Amy instantly, right before Naruto and Teuchi's eyes. She falls, lifeless. This Naruto snaps. The demonic red power of Kurama flows through his body, fusing in with the quake bubble and the darkness fruit. So, similar to how the Black Flash works, Naruto's about to go into a frenzy. Naruto, this time, he makes a quake bubble with the same dark aura that would have been the Black Flash. So now I'm making the Black Flash evolve from a simple 2.5 times to a fucking 25 times boost of strength because fuck it, why not? Kurama power, multiplying it even more. Rage boost because of the death of a loved one. All that good anime, cliches are being thrown in here. So Naruto makes the new black quake flashing bubble, rushes towards the root agents, launches that fist, and obliterates, and I do mean obliterates, the other section of Konoha. The mountains destroyed. The third Hokage statue, monument. Oh, look. The Mount Rushmore of ninja heads is destroyed. Halfway in Hiruzen's face is half gone. First and second Hokage completely fucking obliterated. All that's left is Minato's face and then half of Hiruzen. The rest of the area behind the decimated punch, just landscape like Saitama just threw a punch. I'm not lying to you when I say Naruto just wiped out most of Konoha in that singular punch. Even if there was still destruction on to the left side of him, there were still untapped people there. There were civilians there. For the sake of plot, Sasuke is still alive, and Sasuke has the goal to kill Naruto. Itachi, who, he used his Susanoo to protect as many people as he could, but no, a lot of people are still dead. A lot of people are dead. Multiple civilians. So you don't have to worry about Sakura. She died in this impact. Shino's gone. Kiba's gone. We're going to get rid of some of Hyuga's. The elders are gone. Hanabi, she dead. So Hinata hates Naruto now because Naruto killed her sister. Let's see. Who else did I kill off in my notes? It was Asuma. Yes, Asuma died. Hiruzen broken face, jaw, body, just, 1,000 ways to be fucked up by Naruto. If you get that reference, bravo. If you don't, oh well. It was a great show when it aired. Now it's gone. Anyway, back to the what if. As Naruto, he's sad as he looks at Amy's dead body. Tears are falling from his eyes, and he's just like, why Why? Why her? Why is it that I can't remember? Why these tears fall? Why can't I stop this pain? What is wrong with me? For the briefest instant, the Naruto that remembers, the darkness Naruto that was deep within, thrown away into the darkness, his brief memories of what happened with Amy start flowing into him. So Naruto starts to have some flashbacks of, the ramen stand, Amy and him, that big sister, little brother vibe that they had going on, and what a great, lovely bond they had. What if Naruto was in One Piece? Kaido's family. No, because that means he'd be part of Big Mom's family. So no. Um. Anyway, back to the what if. As like I was saying, Naruto, he pretty much, and this is funny because he doesn't know I'm doing this either. Yeah, Naruto fucking decimated the Leaf Village. Everyone soon, word spreads fast. Root still exists, and Root kind of helps build the remaining of the buildings. Restructuring the Leaf Village, and Danzo's thinking, now I will be elder. Well, no, from this point on, the one who's elder is Itachi. Since Itachi had the mindset of a Hokage at the age of 7, the Uchiha massacre got done for him in a sense. So, yeah, him and Sasuke, one of the few surviving Uchihas. Wait, no, didn't I kill Itachi? Yes, I did, because Itachi got his neck. No, I killed Fukaku. And, Hiruzen saved Itachi. My bad. Alright then, so Itachi's still alive, and Hiruzen got his shit slapped for saving Itachi, so, Itachi's Hokage, yeah. Hokage, 5th Hokage. Now, first order is to, for them to get Tsunade to heal whoever the fuck is still alive, because fuck. The Hidden Leaf was gotten their shit slapped, and they need their number one medic. Jiraiya is summoned, and he has to, figure out where Naruto is, try and see if he can find Naruto, if not, capture him, and we're gonna remove that fucking Nine Tails, and he has a devil fruit. What? No. That's impossible. When could he have, Hiruzen, who can't speak, would just have to write the Yami Yami no Mi. Jiraiya's face widens in horror as he realizes Naruto, oh god, basic taijutsu is all they can do with Naruto. And even then, that doesn't stop Naruto from using his jutsus. Of course, Itachi would not know, but would ask, and, well, once Jiraiya explains to him that what the Yami Yami no Mi pretty much is the negation of all chakra, the negation of all abilities, even other devil fruits. The person doesn't become the element of darkness, they are the container of darkness. They are one with it. They can't turn their full body into darkness like other devil fruits, but they can eat other devil fruits, absorb other devil fruits. Now, Jiraiya doesn't know what's the limitation to this, but he does tell Itachi that that's kind of why Tobirama died. Is the previous user, he had recently eaten the devil fruit that had the power of 2 devil fruits, because the user before him killed a devil fruit user to take his power. So the Yami Yami no Mi, had 2 devil fruits in it. Then that person died, so the fruit gets recycled again. But as 2 different fruits. He's just like, that's complicated as shit. Yes, as Jiraiya pulls out a scroll, it's with a sad face that he tells Itachi this. This was a gift from Minato. One that he wanted Naruto to have. When he became a Chunin and found out about his heritage. Jiraiya's voice cracks as he hands Itachi the Mera Mera no Mi. He's just like, what is this? As he's just saying, this is the devil fruit that Minato, he found. He wanted to eat it. He found out it was the power of fire. And well, the only way to combat an elemental is with another elemental. That, and we're going to have to practice something. What's that? Hockey. What's that? In a sense, it runs similar path to chakra, but also very different. It can amplify one's taijutsu exponentially. As for ninjutsu and genjutsu, not really useful in those categories. However, hockey can not prove, but help improve genjutsu detection, and it's pretty much an advanced sensory capability. Oh, that's pretty cool. It is. However, Jiraiya explains, it's very fucking difficult. And there's something we gotta worry about. And what's that? Naruto's heritage. What do you mean, Jiraiya? He was the son of Minato. Yeah, Minato also had hockey. One of the reasons that, you know, he was chosen to be Hokage was over your father was because he had something that your dad didn't. Your dad didn't use hockey. He found it unnecessary to train with it, despite him actually having, access to a certain jutsu. Well, not jutsu, a certain ability. An ability that only those who are meant to rule should have. Conqueror spirit. The hawk. I can't say the Japanese one. Hold up. Let me. Probably saying it and mispronouncing it so wrong, but Hayashiko? Hayashiko, hockey? I admit that my inner weebness, despite, me learning Japanese, it's just like, I still can't speak it properly. It sounds broken as fuck, and yeah. Anyway, back to the what if. As, Jiraiya pretty much explains, Minato trained his hockey, his conqueror's hockey. Learned how to use multiple. Nani? Watch later. Anyway, he had you learn multiple jutsus, and he trained his body for hockey, and then conqueror's hockey. It's also what kind of helped granted him, the epitaph of Child of Prophecy in Mount Myoboku. Jiraiya, he learned hockey, but he didn't have conqueror's hockey. Itachi, Sasuke, they have conqueror's hockey because Uchiha and, direct descendants of Madara Uchiha in this timeline. So, yeah. So they explain, yeah, no, your father had it, so you could possibly have it, but we're gonna need to train you in it. Minato had it, so it's possible Naruto had it. So our only counter to Naruto has both versions of it. And, he's just like, not to mention, he inherited his mother's bloodline. That quick bubble technique, right? Yes, but I don't know what that black one was. It was seemingly a combination of his hockey and his devil fruit. Are you sure it was his hockey? That second time, yes. From what the reports say, that much devastation compared to the average quake bubble. And then the power of the Yami Yami no Mi. The only other thing I could think of is if he had somehow unlocked hockey. But I don't understand. There was also fragments of the Nine-Tails chakra. Wouldn't that also count for some of it? Yes, but also no. There's something different about it. What do you mean, Jiraiya? You see, when Naruto would have thrown that punch, if there was more Kurama chakra in it, then there should be more burns, more devastation, more actual flame attribute not Naruto, more flame attribute chakra from Kurama. Not Naruto, just pretty much devastation punch and power of the seismic pressure. You know, Taiuchi was unconscious at the time too, so a anyone who was alive or around, yeah, they outcoded. Naruto was pretty much just able to walk out of the village. So shit was weird for them. And they're worried about the threat that is Naruto Uzumaki. He will be going as, Not Blackbeard, but the Black Fox. Now, we time skip. It has been 7 years. And Naruto, who is now 13, he's yawning as he steps out. He cracks his neck. You know, next to him is his one of his multiple fiancées. Yes, 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 harem ship because he's a fucking villain, so he's gonna have multiple bitches. You know, to his left he has Haku. To his right is Karin, Gurin, and Tamari. As Naruto is pretty much the one who runs not just the sound, but the Sand Village as well. Combining the two and pretty much being, you know, the shit as, you know, the figureheads for both Raza and in this timeline, Kabuto rather than Orochimaru. Yeah, Kabuto, you know, one of those young Kages. They don't really like it, but it is what it is. As, like I was saying, Naruto's still their boss. It is now time, you know, for them to prepare for the invasion in a few months. You see, the Chunin exams are coming up, and, well, he knows. Yeah, yeah, soon. Now, in this timeline, I do want to make one thing clear. Um, Naruto not fucking them yet. They're just cuddling up with him. You know, he is aware of what, you know, they do, but at the same time, he's just like, I don't know. I barely have control over it. It kind of have a mind of its own. It's just like they wear too much of a tight dress, or you know, too much skin shows during training. Shit just wah awakens, and Naruto's just like, go back to sleep, and it's just like, you know, if you made it this far, I appreciate you. That's gonna be fucking weird. Anyway, now Naruto, who's pretty much set up his, you know, base of operations, his camp. You know, there's no curse marks in this one for Orochimaru and his things since, you know, Naruto, power of darkness, Orochimaru. Shikaku, gone. Naruto, Gaara, dead. You know, the Sand Village didn't really do much when Gaara died because they hated Gaara. You know, Raza was conflicted because that was his son still, but he turned his son into a monster. And, you know, Naruto's just like, hey, you should have raised them better. But I'll let you live so you don't have to join him in the darkness. You know, it was kind of like one of those, like, I'm not asking you to, like, let me live here. Naruto would put his feet on the desks and he's just telling, I'm telling you, this is mine now. You either die or you just bow. Your daughter will be bending over, though. You know, simple as that. Now, at the Leaf Village, some structure has been rebuilt. Tsunade did, you know, come back. She was just surprised at the devastation that had happened at her previous home. You know, the elders, you know, the only one who's alive from the previous three would be Danzo because he's a snake in the grass hiding. But even he doesn't want to fuck with Naruto right now because word had spread that Naruto, you know, it's a rumor, but Naruto had already killed two of the tailed beasts and taken the power for his own, which, not true. He did kill Gaara, but Gaara, you know, Shukaku is still sealed within the darkness. You know, trapped within it. If Naruto wants to, he can just bring out Shukaku. Gaara's dead, you know, decomposed, you know, body been thrown out a long time ago. You see, in the sound one, something unique happened. They were able to, you know, find where the accumulation of chakra was there, add some tech, and then started to harness the chakra and make it pretty much be born a lot earlier in exchange for its infancy, in a sense. That being said, the Three Tails was born, and the Three Tails is a little baby turtle that they have. And it's under the control of Naruto because Naruto, you know, power of the Nine Tails, power of the One Tails, now power of the Three Tails. he lets the sound people have, their choice, and so happened to be Keen. Keen is the three tails Jinchuriki. Temari is, talking to Naruto about having the tail beast Shukaku within her. Naruto saying, maybe not. Hold up. Ah, fuck, that hurt. I was trying to pause it right before. Ow. I am in pain. That shit hurted it. Anyway, back to the what if. Pretty much ending it here in a bit. Like I was saying, Naruto tells her, nah, I have a different one for you. She'd be like, which one? As, he's just saying, the cloud have this creature, this other blonde who's nowhere near as beautiful as you, my precious desert flower. As he strokes Tamari's cheek and, lightly pats her on the head. Naruto's telling her that, the one that would work best is one that she could, use in tandem with her fan. While she gets the one benefit of Shukaku, the sand in, her fan just won't really do. But the two tails and blue flames, that one will do nicely. You know, he gives Tamari a gentle kiss on the forehead, as then he turns his head. He then sees Haku. Now, when he looks at Haku, he smiles as he's saying, "So, how are you getting used to your new abilities?" Haku, who was an ice style user, was recently given the Hiya no Mi. Now, yeah, I gave her the ice fruit. Now, before you get pissy, yeah, Naruto, who's fucking Haku, has Haku pretty much be a, Kiji member. Ice style. And the fact that she can turn her body into pure ice. Because hacks! Now, that is said and done, and she's happy. Haku admits that, she's gotten really used to it, and she recently mastered the whole terrainal advantage. She found out that she could mix her crystal ice demonic mirrors with her ice world advantage, causing her to pretty much have the ability to seemingly teleport. Naruto smiles as he's saying, great. He goes to Haku, gives her a kiss on the cheek as he's saying, as expected from my beautiful snow princess. Haku blushes. The other girls, they get a little bit jealous and salty, but, Naruto chuckles as he's saying, don't forget. As, he stands up, he lifts up his hand as he uses Dark Vortex to make them all, be pulled towards him. As, they're all happy. As Naruto just embraces all of them. As he's saying, I love you all. You're all precious to me. And soon, when the Leaf Village falls, and then other nations, they'll either join or they'll fall too. At the end of this, won't have the power of the devil fruits and the tailed beasts.